Hi everybody. Welcome in, welcome in. We're doing it like this today because I have a bit of a cold and I don't feel like being all puffy and weird on the video. We're okay, it's just a little bit of a stuffy nose. Time of year. Here's some sage and lavender. Hear it crackling? Ooh, burning off quite a bit. So we have the crystal ball here. We're gonna see what comes through. I'm already right away seeing a woman with the wind blowing and her it's like her hair, and she's holding either a flower or a lollipop or something. It's what is this spirit? What are we seeing? She's royalty. She's wearing a crown, masculine or feminine, but this is really coming through as feminine energy. She's wearing, this could be a flower, or now that she's got this crown, I'm seeing it as a scepter, and she's looking forward into the future. And actually what she's looking for isn't what she's talking to isn't like immediately present. So I feel like you have power in ways that maybe you didn't realize, power in ways that are internal, right? And like what you're ruling, here's the scepter. What you're ruling is probably being blocked by something. Or you're trying to reach into something or rule over something that isn't immediately present. I feel like this is talking about you putting up blocks or boundaries and saying like this is my kingdom, this is where I reside, and being peaceful there, right? And then there's like this block, and then I'm seeing like a dinosaur, like a T-Rex, like so I almost want to say like you can become that dinosaur if something or someone is impeding on your work, your atmosphere, your life, your people, right? Like the things over which you rule. The dinosaur, it comes from like this ancient line. Excuse me real quick. Excuse me, bless me. You know what I'm saying? I've just had this cold. And we had our duct work blown out, like they blew all the dust out of our ductwork. My brother owns a heating and cooling company. He's like always like telling us we need to do something around here. And man, I mean we have all just been sneezing. Like the air looks cleaner, it feels cleaner. Our house is 100 years old, but man, like it really put a lot of stuff in the air, right? It could be something relevant for you in that sense too, about cleaning and how it can kind of disturb the atmosphere a little bit. Let's go back to that ancient dinosaur. That T-Rex feeling, right? Like being defensive, being fierce, but in the same right, being aware of other predators. And to say other predators, like humans are predators, we're apex predators as a species, right? Our eyes are in the front, eyes in the front, those who hunt, eyes on the side, those who hide, right? So I feel like a lot of times through this human existence and through civilization here, we're talking about like queens and ruling things, right? And these dinosaurs, and how sometimes we have these natural tendencies about us that conflict with what civilization expects from us, or what is proper within the realms of humanity in order to keep peace, in order to rule things. And we have these instincts that come through us, just as our animal instincts, right? They're just who our natural beings are. And it comes to a point where we have to direct those things in a constructive way. Where are you directing your animal instincts? Are they directing you? Are they taking over you? Are you being ruled by the dinosaur? The reptilian brain. Like, this isn't even snakes and fish, guys. This is dinosaurs. The rulers of the planet. T-Rex, seeing T-Rex with the king. Tyrannosaurus Rex. Rex is king. And we're seeing this queen here, this blockage. Like, what is it that is maybe primitive, carnal, instinctual within us that sometimes rules rather than allowing us to rule it. Like, are we preying on those those in our charge? What kind of ruler are we? Or are we using those instincts to hunt for the next goal? Right? Be on the lookout for the things that might impede us, hurt us, take us down, right? And being able to fiercely go after those things in a constructive way by directing those instincts in that way. So there's something here about this, and I'm seeing like this divided line in this face here, and it's like one thing on one side and one thing on another. And again, that's the light and shadow, the yin and yang, the polarities of everything in life, going from that civilized queen to that ferocious dinosaur, right? And it kind of here in a way looks like the lion from the strength card. Hold on one second. Sorry about that. I'm like, I feel fine. I'm just very stuffy. Very, very stuffy. But yeah, the lion from the strength card, and he's bowing his head. He's bowing his head to you, to us, to this thing. It's like, and then I'm seeing another like a feminine figure, but this time she's the maiden. And she has the lion, like her body is like this big, and then the lion's head is like this big. It's bigger than her. It's like that's your internal strength, right? That feminine source, whether you be masculine or feminine, it's the thing that's inside of you that grows, that gestates, that brings creation forth through you, right? And being fierce about it, and yet at the same time compassionate and loving. Let's get some. I'm being called to grab these animal cards here. So I think that's what's the main message here is, where are you directing? Spirit wants you to think about where you're directing this instinctual, like primal urges within you, within us as a society. But like this is coming up for each individual of us to handle, to grow, to evolve within, right? And like knowing that it's okay to be fierce when it's needed. It's okay. If someone has been fierce with you, maybe that isn't normally fierce with you, maybe they felt like that was what was needed, right? I'm seeing a lot of colors through here now. I'm seeing a huge rainbow in here in these depths. What's in there? A lot of colors. That's a lot of refraction. I'm seeing a chin here, and all of this is like the rainbow in the head. Okay, so that is it's like think about the light going through a prism, right? Like all of this information comes into your mind space, comes into your thought processes, comes into your being, right? The organ that is your brain. Not just your mind space, not just the mental thoughts that are actually consciousness, which are happening throughout your entire body, and even within a 10-foot realm minimum outside of your body. We're talking about the brain organ itself, right? So when this light comes through, when the information comes through, it gets sent through all these different channels where they connect to other parts of that organ so that thought can happen, so that those that consciousness can interact with you physically, so that your nervous system can embrace this information, right? So say it's that white light coming through. When it hits your brain, when it hits your mind space, when it hits those synapses within you, think about the refraction of the rainbow, right? So if you're not familiar with that, just think about the Pink Floyd cover with the triangle and the light going through it, and then it's refracted out and there's the rainbow. Right? That's how I'm seeing this. It's like this energy, information, light, right? Thoughts, they're coming into your mind space, and then your mind space is refracting them, separating them into all the different forms, all the different colors, the spectrums of what it could be. And those are getting sent to different centers within the mind space, within the brain organ itself. And each of those spaces is kind of dealing with what's been delineated to it together and yet separate at the same time. So it's possible that you're getting information, you're getting knowledge, you're getting information through here. But as it travels through different parts of you, of your system, of your thought process, all of those things, it kind of separates into different sections of itself. Hey, Chaos Kitten's all the way high up on the window. Get down. Then hurt yourself. What doing? Get down. Say hi. Hi. Okay. All is well. We are safe. She was all the way in the top of the window about to fall on all my plants. Ooh, we're talking about that animal instinct. So what are those thoughts becoming when they enter your mind? How do they, I'm hearing chase themselves, right? How do they refract? Look at this. Trusted divine detours. Coyote spirit. Interesting. Talking about instinctual, talking about refraction, talking about how these thoughts go to different places in our spaces, in our mind spaces, in our thought spaces, and definitely through our brain. And here we have the coyote spirit. Trust in divine detours. It's like these things can't be ingested. You can't eat an apple. You can't just take an apple and swallow it. You have to bite it into pieces. And you have to chew those pieces so that your digestive system can handle it. It's the same with these thoughts. It's the same with these instincts that are coming through here, and are we the predator of our goals? Are we hunting for the most beneficial thing, to the sustenance, the nutrients, right? Are we falling prey to them? You are not a prey being, animal. You're not. You're human. You're in a human form. Even if your spirit animal says something else, even if you think that you're a star child, or you know that your spirit came from another place, another distance, right here in this realm, you are in your three-dimensional human physical form. And with that comes certain innate properties. How are you directing them? Are you ruling them, or are you letting them rule yourself? Trust in divine detours. Spirit has a plan. Spirit has a plan about this for you. What else? Yeah, it's like these things have to go through these. You have to process them in all these different thought centers. You have to let them go through these different places, right? In order to alleviate those blockages. So, look, Bobcat is a mystery. Life is Bobcat spirit life is a mystery. Really interesting talking about the predators. And look at this, 16 and 8. Life is a mystery. You don't know what's going to happen next. None of us do. There's too many factors that going through this space here, going through this mind space, this head space, that's why it's being turned into a rainbow, so that each part can access the part it needs. Let's see what's happening. There's a bird. Messages coming through, messengers. So this could be a way of you processing the unknown. Is that if there are things that come to you that you don't fully understand, do you go at them? Do you go at them like they're a job? Do you go at them like there's something that needs to be conquered, like something that needs to be taken care of? Are you on your way to focusing on something, reaching a goal, experiencing something, and then some other thought comes in, some other experience, some other circumstance, some other instance comes in, and it redirects your thoughts. It redirects you into a different place, and now you have to deal with that. But in the meantime, what it did was it cleared out some space. It opened you up to new possibilities, and it prioritized what was right in front of you, so that when you come back into that space again, where you're examining those things that you were originally distracted from, you can see them differently now with fresh eyes. Look, healthy boundaries. That's within yourself too, guys. I'm feeling like that's within yourself. You have to have boundaries for yourself. If you're letting yourself go too far in a direction that's destructive, or a direction that's unhealthy, or a direction that is unhelpful, you have to give yourself boundaries and say, I'm not going there with that. I'm not thinking about that right now. I'm going to think about something else. I'm going to redirect that thought. Thinking about the problem, thinking about the problem, thinking about the problem is just going to create more problems. Set boundaries with that. It's time to start thinking about the solution. Hunting down the solution, going after it in a sly and like in a way that doesn't scare it off, right? Because your goals might be setting boundaries with you if you're coming at them too aggressively. whether that be like how you want to establish your emotional self, what you need to do with yourself. Look, fox spirit, think on your feet, guys. Look at the animals that came out here. Fox, coyote, bobcat, the armadillo. It's like all of these animals run on instinct. All of these animals, these guys go, these three, eyes in the front, eyes in the front, eyes in the front. Look where the armadillo's eyes are. On the side. And what does he do? He hides. He sets these boundaries. Are you hiding from something? This is talking about reprioritizing where you place those boundaries within your world, within yourself, how you go after things or how you will let them to come after you, right? And that's again, setting those healthy boundaries. This is about being an active participant in your life and your goals and where you're going next. Do we want to pull some tarot? Yeah, we'll pull a and the wow, sorry about that. I'll do like a noise reduction on that so we can try to, my bad, that was my bad. Put the crystal ball right here. But it was the Sacred Geometry Activations Oracle that jumped right out. And we got the Chrysalis Tarot, and I think the Chrysalis Tarot is calling me because we're talking about setting those healthy boundaries, and we're talking about being open to the new possibilities. What are we going after? And that's basically what happens is that caterpillar goes into that cocoon, right? And that's setting its healthy boundaries. Ancestors, spirits, guides. Look at that. 7 of Scrolls. Talking about thinking on your feet. Here it is, thinking on your feet. The scroll, he's standing on it. 2 doors, you could go either way with this. You have the information necessary. What choice are you going to make? Which direction are you going to go with it? And I can't help but see that this face of this lion looks awfully similar to this face of this bobcat. Cats and dogs, and Kibo was getting into things. What is the 7 of Swords about? Which way are they going to go? This is about strategy and knowing which way is going to get you where you need to go and which way won't. Be aware. Again, if somebody's being dishonest with you, if someone's being strategic, if a situation is being strategic with you, giving you this information, you need to let it process through your thought centers before you go attacking it, the person who gave you the information, or yourself. Merlin, the hero. Look at that. The new. Oh, 1 second again. Merlin, the hero. It doesn't even say the fool, it says the hero. And this isn't some young person with a little knapsack and a dog about to jump off a cliff. This is the well-versed, well-known Merlin. The hero. The magic, right? Knowing the difference of what risks to take and what not to do, like what to avoid here, really becoming that. And he's holding the snake. Do you see that? He's holding the reptile. And here is this cat. Think on your feet. Being aware of how you are manipulating yourself. So are there tactics, are there things that are being offered to you in these scenarios or in this situation that is meant to sway you in a certain way? This is meant to make you go in a certain way, and it's very dishonest. It's feeling very dishonest. So then you can either process that by being dishonest with yourself as well, or by saying, you know, I need to take a minute to think about this. I'll get back with you, and then processing it through using your mental wiseness. Yeah, they're like the Empress in the reverse. I don't usually read these cards in the reverse. No, that's the Emperor. There's my cold here. The Emperor. Look at that. This is about domineering. This is about not having control over yourself. This is about having like losing power. This person is tyrant. This person is a tyrannical. So if that's what's happening, if you're talking bad like badly to yourself, if you are not ruling yourself in the best way, that's going to make it really easily to manipulate you through giving you improper information or telling you that these are the only options that you have and you have to go in this direction or that direction. This is about taking control of yourself. You'll think on your feet, trust in divine detours, right? And life is a mystery, setting healthy boundaries. You don't know what's going on the other side of those doors. And somebody could be trying to keep you in a stuck space. And you know what? Whether they're trying to or not, if they're successful or if that can be also a little of your fear, trying to keep you in a stuck space. You need to think on your feet here. This is a lot of Aries and Aquarius energy coming out. Aries, Aquarius energy right there. And look, and I'm telling you what, guys, this is a mixed deck. Right? It's a mixed deck. Because we get the Devil in the reverse and the Queen of Scrolls in the reverse. Letting go of bad contracts, letting go of something or someone who would rule in a manipulative way, where it's stealing your ability to create and manifest. When we were talking about that, being able to put your head in the game, in the situation, and see things clearly. There's like this mirror here. I'm seeing this mirror, and then I'm seeing her like upside down, the butterfly, like not being able to think clearly. It's like you have the power to keep all of this from entering your realm here. These two, the Emperor in the reverse and the Queen of Scrolls in reverse, are some nasty people. They say mean things, they lie. They do whatever they possibly can to control the narrative, control the information, so that they can keep control of you, of the situation, of all of it, right? And you have a choice here. Seven of Scrolls in the reverse. You have a choice here of what you're going to allow and what you're not going to allow. And I think that's why this this Merlin is keeping the Emperor at bay, keeping him from being able to enter. What is the outcome? What is the outcome? What is the outcome, Spirit? The Lovers, the choice. The choice is yours. Look at that. And here's the Wheel on the bottom in the reverse, like getting stuck because you're not making the decision. Getting stuck because there's all this other stuff in the way. You might have to back up, redirect, and go a different way. That's what this divine detours are about. Trust in the mystery and think on your feet. You don't have to be stuck by all of this. You don't have to be put in a place where you can't move, right? You have the opportunity right now to make that choice. And again, there's a lot of fire and air out here. Passion, drive, thought, will. What excites you? And again, what are you connecting to? Because this talks about making healthy choices about who and what you're connecting to. And you see that guy right there? See that guy right there? And he's wearing a crown, but the Emperor isn't in this deck, isn't a human wearing a crown. It's a green man. It's the divine masculine in nature. And this is kind of like robbing the divinity from the nature of the thing by trying to control it too much in maybe like a human sense. This is the card that just came out, guys. Look, discernment. The frequency of discernment supports our ability to view the world and people around us from a place of inner balance and detachment, yet with compassion and wisdom. You can see what's going on here. You can see how the internal conflict that's going on with you is also similar to the internal conflict going on with those around you. You just might be more conscious of the fact that it's happening and how to mitigate it. Like you know what your goal is for the day. You know what your goal is for this situation. You know what your goal is for yourself. And then you're like, is this actually my goal, or is this something set in place because of the parameters given by others? Other things? Are you manipulating yourself? Are you directing that primal focus in a way that's healthy for you, for the situation, for everyone involved? And I think that that's what you're really starting to see. Like, no, these aren't my thoughts. That's not what I think about myself. That's not what I think about this situation. In my heart of hearts, in my true, true heart of hearts, I actually feel good about this. I feel good about myself. I might feel a little confused. This is you talking to yourself. You might feel a little confused because of not knowing, the unknowing. So when that light comes through and that information comes through, let it go to those different brain centers. Let it go to those different spaces. Think about it, process it before you react to it. And realize, are your reactions coming from a place of what it is you actually would like to see, where you'd actually like to be, where your long-term goals are, or are they based on fears and control mechanisms, parameters from outside sources, influences, needs that maybe have convinced you that this is the way that it needs to be because that's what they would like for it to be. But keep in mind, it ain't getting them anywhere either. This isn't healthy for them either. This isn't healthy for the situation either. Something has to change. Devil in reverse energy. Wow, look at that. Set healthy boundaries. Look at that. What boundaries need to be created or strengthened within my relationships? To create more healthy boundaries, we must first get tuned in with our own needs, desires, and feelings and believe we are worthy of them. In your relationships, it's essential to know where they end and where you begin. Today's soul action. When we separate our energy from others, we gain clarity about what we really want. Then we stop doing things that no longer align with ourselves. If you are an empath, you can still be compassionate towards others without taking on their stuff. It is safe to trust that you are not here to fix anyone. Wow. Today's mantra, I have everything I need within me now, and so do they. I am worthy of my needs, and I set boundaries based on what's best for me. Wow. Go back to the queen in the beginning holding the scepter and the division there and the Tyrannosaurus Rex. I have everything I need within me right now, and so do they. It's up to them to do their shit, and it's up to you to do yours. Okay? So today you are worthy of your needs. Every day you're worthy of your needs, but today, that's your mantra. I am worthy of my needs, and I set boundaries based on what's best for me. And not like what I want egotistically, what I want egoically, what I want selfishly. No, 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 no. What is best for me? What is best for you in your soul? For the situation and for the betterment of all of it, right? You might need to think quick today, but using your discernment to set these boundaries, trusting in the divine detours, right? And knowing that life is a mystery and you can't find out what's going to happen until you get on the other side of it. But you can control yourself, right? Oh, I hope that was helpful. I hope that you got something out of it. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for remembering to hit like and subscribe if this resonated with you, because it really does help the channel and I really do appreciate it a lot. And thanks for coming back and seeing us again next time. Bye.